YouTube, it's Satch. Welcome to Driver 81. You join me in this Porsche 911 997 Carrera 4S. Today I'm on my way to Croft Racing Circuit, which is a racing track in the north of England. And I'll be getting a bit of track time in this 911 997. Now, I've never done a full track day in this car before. You may recall I did about 8 laps at Donington a few months back in this car, which was great fun, but never a full dedicated track day. That day was actually it was a car show, and we got a few additional laps as an added bonus. So I'm heading down to Croft now, which is about an hour's drive away, and before I get down to Croft and we start looking at some cars and a bit of lap times, I want to run through a few things that you need to consider when actually taking your car to the track. Now, I'm by no means an expert at all. I've done 2 or 3 track days maximum, so I'm very much an amateur. I really don't know a great deal, but from what I have done and the times I have been, I've picked up a few things along the way. So there's a few things that you need to maybe bear in mind, and there'll be things that I miss. By all means, comment in the box below if I miss anything out. So first of all, the cost of the track day itself. Well, this particular Croft track day is specifically only for Porsches, or Porsche. This costed £240. Now, for a Porsche dedicated track day, that is a pretty good price. At Croft here, it's £240. You go to Silverstone, you go to Brands Hatch, which are the bigger tracks down south and the more well-known tracks. You could be looking at £450 to £500 just for the track day there. If you go through a company like Javelin Track Days, you might pick a cheap track day up for about £180. So it's worth checking out Javelin Track Days if you're looking for lower cost track days. Now, insurance for your track day, it's important to understand that most insurance policies will not cover you for track days. So if you are unlikely to have any accidents, and it does happen, but it's quite unlikely, then you will not be covered on your normal car insurance. So you either need to phone your insurance company to get an add-on to your policy, or you can take out an individual policy for the day. Alternatively, you can go with a company that offers you maybe a specific set amount of days per year. So a company might cover you for, say, 10 track days per year. Fuel for the track day, maybe budget for around about £60. And we'll also need to take with you basic tools, so all the tools that you require, like socket sets, your spanners, your screwdrivers, anything that requires you to maybe remove the wheels, so you'll need your wheel brace, you need a jack, anything that requires you to maybe take the brake pads off if you've got a brake problem, and also towing eye. Put your towing eye in before you get to the track. The reason being is because if you were to end up in the gravel and the recovery truck comes to pull you out, they will just pull you out from whatever they can grab onto. So it's in your best interest if you actually have the towing eye in place to stop them from potentially hooking up to your bumper or your wing mirror, which is going to cost you a lot of money. Now, also in that toolkit, I would also take a diagnostic tool. I've got my iCarSoft POR version 2.0 kit with me, and that's basically going to cover all of the systems in this car. So if I was to encounter an electrical fault, I should be covered with regards to that. I'm going to know what the fault is, and potentially I'll be able to reset the fault there and then, as opposed to having the car go into limp mode. And for these track days, you'll also need to go through a briefing before every track day. So you'll enter, you'll sign on, you'll have a briefing, you'll get a wristband to say that you've been in the briefing, and that's basically you taking responsibility for your own actions on the track. You'll have a marshal which will go through all of the flags, so you'll get you'll have different flags throughout the course depending on what exactly is happening on the course at any given point. It doesn't matter whether you've been to 1 track day or 100 track days, you need to attend that briefing. It's really important that you pay attention. Helmet is obviously required. You are required to have your arms covered, your legs covered. I personally wear gloves. I've got a set of gloves which give me really good grip on the steering wheel. Not essential, but worth having. And other than that, it's all about having fun, but it's all about having fun and being safe. And treat everybody with respect on the track. you may be driving a £100 car, but you've got somebody on there who might have a £100,000 car and they've worked damn hard for that car. So, and vice versa. Just because you've got a really stupidly quick, powerful, expensive car doesn't mean that you've got more right of way over a guy who's got a £500 car. Overtaking is on the straights, and if you've got position going into a corner, you've got right of way. So let's get down to Croft Circuit now and let's see some cars.
$8,000. 6 then, please. Yeah, 103 on side, 104 this side.
Right. So that was a decibel test. This car comes in at 103 and 104 on depending on which side it is. The limit is 105 decibels.
Is that what it is? It's the interface. It's the seat wheel interface. Yeah. No.
Bastards.
You bastards. Bye.
Great success.
We might see you again.
Alright guys, today's track day is now officially closed. Well, it's not actually, there's still a few cars out on track. There's about half an hour to go, but I've decided to pack it in because I'm running out of fuel. Excellent day, lots of fantastic cars out there. We've got GT3s, GT3 RS, a 997 GT2, which was great to see. A lot of old classic stuff, lots of 997s, Caymans, GD4s. There was also a 964 Carrera RS and a GT2 RS, the 991 GT2 RS. Phenomenal machines. Thanks also to Strass Porsche, who fixed me up with a ride in their Boxster track car. It's not actually a car which is currently racing in any of the championships, but boy, the guy that was driving that car, he knows how to drive. So yeah, so all in all a great day. Now obviously there's no official lap timing on these days. It's strictly frowned upon to do any sort of lap timing, so I wasn't interested in that. However, there was one guy who, well, there was two guys that actually timed me, unbeknown to myself. And when I was in the car on my own, I was getting a lap time of 1:47, so not too bad. An amateur. In fact, I say it not too bad. I don't know whether that's good or not. I know the lap record there is 1:13, and that was in a Formula 3 car. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you found it useful, interesting. If not, I apologise. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.